Hello there, Lashiena Fajardo here from Control Intelligence, and today I'll be demonstrating the lookup and reference functions in Microsoft Excel. So in this video, we'll go over 5 functions: VLOOKUP function, choose function, HLOOKUP function, index function, and the match function. First, VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It is a function that makes Excel search for a certain value in a column in order to return values from a different value in the same row. So in our example, wait, let's just zoom this in. Okay, so we have a list of students who have been assigned a GPA, and it's our job to assign a grade for them. So rather than going through each cell or each student, we can use the VLOOKUP formula or vertical lookup to generate those values. So on the right side, there is a grading system. For the F grade, we have 75 to 79, D grade 80 to 84, C grade 85 to 89, B grade 90 to 94, and A grade for 95 to 100. So we're going to the formula. So let's just click this cell D2 and go to the formula bar and enter equals VLOOKUP, open parenthesis. So we have here C2, comma, and to where do you want us to look for a value for that? So we look at our grading system, which starts at F3. But first you have to put $sign. So $sign, and column. So we have, so for the grade we have cell range H3 and A2, H8, H7 I mean. So we have $sign H3, no H, and $sign H7, comma, 3. Since in our grading system, the grade is in the third column, so we put 3 here, 1 comma, true, for the approximate match, so in close parenthesis. So we enter to see the results. So we have A, because it's 97, and our grading system here is 95 to 100 is A grade. So if you want to do it all the others down, just copy from this cell here, drag it down here, and paste it. Enter. So it automatically looks up the GPA and compares it to the range and looks up to our grading system. So now we move on to the second function, which is the choose function. This function allows you to return the value from the list of values based on its position in the list. To illustrate how the choose function works, here's an example. So we have here a column of a data that lists our favorite apps, and let's use the choose function to return a value from this list at a given position. So to get started, enter the choose command, choose, and open parenthesis. So the first parameter is you must enter its position number in the list of values that you wish to return. So in this example, we enter 1, comma, to return the value that is first in the list of values, and next we must provide the values that are included in your list. So cell A2 for your second parameter, A3 for the third, A4 for the fourth parameter, and A5 for the fifth parameter. So now that we have entered all of the parameters, let's complete the command to see the result. Enter. So you can see that the value TikTok appears in cell 2, the first value from our list of favorite apps. So let's move on. So for our third function, the HLOOKUP function, or the horizontal lookup, and we know that it is one of Excel's most powerful lookup function, and if your data is organized into horizontal rows, then you can use the HLOOKUP function. So we have an example here to see how lookup function works. So through the horizontal lookup functions, in the same ways the vertical lookup does. So click on B2 cell here and enter H lookup, open parenthesis, and select the lookup value, which is A2, then comma, and select table array, which is here, dollar sign E, then dollar sign again, 3, then colon, which is I, dollar sign first, sorry, I, dollar sign 5, then 3, then false for the exact match. So where we got our table arrays is the range A3 is from here, ID here, A3, and here. So for I5, we have here, there. So we'll type enter. To see the results, just copy this cell here and drag it down and paste it. So for our fourth function, we have the index function. We can use the index function to return a value in a table given row and column numbers within the table. So the best way to understand this function is to look at our example. So we have a table here containing a data order for information. We use the index function to return at row 1, column 1 within our table. So to begin, let's enter the index command equals index. And this takes 3 parameters. So for the first parameter, let's not forget the open parenthesis, we enter the source of the data that the index function will use, which is the range cells A2 to D5. So A2 colon D5. The second parameter, we must enter the relative row position in the table where the value you want to look up is located. So since we are looking for a value located in row 1 of the table, we will enter value 1 for the second parameter. So for the third parameter, it is the position in the table where the written value can be found. And like the second parameter, the value is the relative column position in the table. So in this example, we will enter the value of 1 to indicate that the value we want to return is located in column 1 of the table. With close parenthesis. Now that we have entered all of our index function parameters, let's complete the command to see the result. So you can see the value 10015 that appeared. This is the value that is found at the intersection of row 1 and column 1 in our table. So for our fifth function, we have the match function. This searches for a value in an array and returns the relative position of that item. And this function can be used in an exact match or the position of the closest match if an exact So for our fifth function, we have the match function. So this searches for a value in an array and returns the relative position of that item. And this function can be used of an exact match or the position of the closest match. So if an exact match is not found, we can use the match function. So let's see how we can use the match function in Excel. So we have here 4 columns of data. We use the match function for us to see if there's a match. So let's begin by entering the command. So equals match open parenthesis. So the first parameter we will enter is the value that we want to search for in the array. So we will enter 10019. And the second is the range of cells that contains the value that we are searching from. So we will enter 82 colon then a 5 comma. So this range of cells contains all of the order numbers. So the third parameter determines whether we want to find an exact match or the closest match, and since we want to look for the first value that is equal to the order number, we will enter 0 and close parenthesis. Now let's see the result by pressing the enter key. So you can see the value 3 appearing in the cell F2 means that the match function found order in number 10019 in the second position in the range A2 to A5. In the third position, I mean. So next, let's modify our formula to find the largest order number that is less than 10019. So for this example, the array must be sorted in ascending order. So the smallest order must be in cell A2 and the largest must be in A5. So start the same formula equals match and enter, I open parentheses first, then enter 10018 for the first parameter. A2 colon A5 for the second parameter, comma, but this and for the third parameter, this time you will enter 1, so it's less than the number that to look up value 1, then close parenthesis. So let's see what the function returns this time. So let's type enter. So you can see the value to appear in cell 5, the position in the range A2 to A5, and we have found the largest value that is less than to the lookup value. So that is all for today, and I hope you have learned something from today's tutorial. Sorry. So see ya!